Hey guys, it's Tamika, the founder and CEO of Atmosphere Beautiful and your host of the Turquoise Couch. Today, I am so excited to have with me on the couch, Nick Jones, the owner, the founder, the creator of Trendsetter Barbershop and Salon, right here in Fayetteville, Arkansas. Nick, welcome to the couch, my boy. Yes, absolutely. Well, I'm super excited to have you on the couch. I feel like I'm about to interview a celebrity or something.
I'm actually interviewing with a celebrity.
Yes! Now I like that. This is why I fool with you.
That's why I get there, yeah.
Yes, indeed.
You're going to make me popular.
Yes! Yes, that's the goal. All right, so we're just going to get right into it. Our focus here at the Turquoise Couch is really to elevate the conversations of everyday people. Okay. But my specific focus with my initiative, Smoke and Bloom, is really to marry the stories together with mental health and Black fatherhood. So you are what? A Black father. And so I really want to talk to you today about how the intersection of mental health and your fatherhood experiences kind of come together, what that's been like for you. But let's start at the beginning. Tell us who you are, where you've been, where you're from, what you're doing, how you got here, where Trendsetter come from. I need to know all your business.
Okay.
All right?
All right. I try not to give you too much.
No, I want it all. I'm super nosy. I want it all.
So again, small town kid, came up here for college, to the U of A for college, from Marvel, Arkansas, where not more dirt roads and
Skeeters.
And mosquitoes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yep. And came up here and typically just cut hair. Mm-hmm. And I was cutting hair in the dorms. I remember cutting hair in the dorms for $5 a head.
Ooh, $5?
$7 if you get haircut and shave.
My.
So now I'm beyond that space of, I'm at a point where I'm making it my career.
Yeah.
And have made it my career. So now it's business moves from where I just started. I didn't have the vision to really do beyond just cutting hair. It was just a hobby.
Okay.
So now I get paid to do.
Yeah. Well, you've been getting paid to cut hair for a long time.
Yeah.
Because I remember now the location of your shop, which we can talk about that too, because you have a huge campus where your salon and your barbershop, salon, and also your hair store is. Absolutely. But I remember this tiny little space that you had like across the street in this little plaza over there. I used to get my eyeglasses repaired over there.
Yeah, that was a township. That was my first shop. It was 400 square feet. I had 2 chairs in it. And I went from there to maybe 600 square feet.
Yeah, kind of uptown Fayetteville. Yeah.
Chairs, but
okay.
But
you thought you was doing something, didn't you?
Not really, because I always wanted to get into ownership.
Okay.
But that was a bit of a strain. I kind of questioned myself on a little bit of that.
Okay.
Because you know how it is when you're coming up and you're like, I can see it, I can taste it, but I'm hitting a brick wall. So how does that feel, right? Mm-hmm. And got my breakthrough.
Okay.
So went from there to owning my current space, 4,600 square feet.
From 400 to 4,600. Right. Give me my tambourine, Lord. Come on, Jesus.
Absolutely.
Come on.
It's sitting on 1.3 acres.
Come on now. Listen here. Listen, I'm going to big that up. Yes. That is freaking amazing. Yeah, like, I really want to talk a lot about that, but that ain't really what I want to talk about today, right? We're going to have to come back to the couch and we talk really about entrepreneurship, because I think you have a really powerful, I said I don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it, right? Like, you have a really powerful story and the vision behind what your hopes are to do, not just with Trendsetter, but the whole campus space. So I'm gonna put a pin in that though. I just kind of dropped a little something out here so people would know that this man is not just about barbering. He has a huge vision. But what I really want to speak about today is I want you to talk to me. I know that you're a dad. You have a relatively unique fatherhood story of your own. Having come from a family of many, many sons. 15 brothers and sisters. Oh, my word.
7 boys, 8 girls.
Marble, Arkansas, 15 kids.
Yep, no twin.
Gosh, your mama was a G.
Yeah, we didn't have a TV.
Yeah, y'all didn't have. She didn't watch no television. All right, Mama, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We gonna carry on.
Yeah.
Well, kind of talk to me about that. What was your experience growing up in the household with your own dad? What can you tell us about that experience?
Very good experience. My dad, self-employed mechanic at the time, was 40, 50 years. And, you know, my mom was a housewife.
Yeah.
And I never felt like we were poor.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did the best they could with what they had.
Mm-hmm.
But my father, great man, you know.
Yeah.
Not always the best man, but
Sure.
But I look up to my father because of the motivations that he had to take care of family and stuff like that.
Sure.
That was big for me.
Yeah.
And never really told us that there wasn't anything that we couldn't do. He just supported.
Oh, I appreciate that so much. I mean, that is really a unique story in and of itself, right? When you come, I mean, let's just talk about it. Marble, Arkansas, down there in
the Delta.
In the Delta, and I'm from the Delta also, Forest City area, and so I know there's not a whole bunch of opportunity there. There's a lot of poverty there, all of those things. And in the house with that many kids, right? Like there can be some limitations. So the fact that your father had the wherewithal, right? Number one, he was entrepreneurial himself.
With an eighth grade education.
Wow, big ups, Dad. Like we owe you that. That's amazing. Yeah. But what he instilled in you guys, I think, is really where the power starts with that story, right? Mm-hmm. I love what you said, that he made sure that y'all didn't think that there were limitations.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How do you think he put that in y'all? Is that something that he said, like, listen, Nick, you can go and you could be the president? Or how did he present that to us?
No, my dad, he was a funny guy.
Okay.
So he never even told us like he loved us and stuff like that. But he did more by, I'm gonna lead by example. I'm gonna show you what I'm doing and I'll guide you. But other than that, you know, you do what you want to do, right? Mm-hmm. But there was one, this was years after I had left and went to college, but it was this particular incident, because he would call me, you know, from time to time and just check in. And he was like, hey, got bit by a love bug, figured I'd give you a call. That was my dad's way of telling that was his way of telling me he loved me. And I'm like, I'll take it.
Yeah.
A little odd for me, but
I mean, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's memorable.
Sure.
But as a father myself, my kids more so influenced me. You know, more so as far as the being the outward showing of that inward feeling. Yeah. And you know, my son would, hey, what's up? Yeah. I love you. Yeah. How often do we hear that, right?
Yeah.
So, that just kind of changed it to where I'm gonna be you know, the initiator of it as much as possible. Yeah. So there's no question about it.
Yeah. How many kids you got?
I have 3 biological. Okay. And one with my ex-wife now. Mm-hmm. But had a young man, Deuce, that I got him at 7. And he's actually getting married in July.
Oh, wow.
And
so you about to be a daddy-in-law.
Yeah. So that's a whole nother.
Okay.
But I have a 19-year-old and an 8-year-old sons, and then my daughter is 16.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Okay. All right. So it's my understanding that you are a full-time dad. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Like single dad. Talk to me about it.
Single dad, self-employed. I mean, it's a challenge. You know, I end up having to get fight for full custody for my 2 older, and I got full custody of them probably about 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. And I pretty much raised my kids in the barbershop. Mm-hmm. And then I had to fight for custody for my youngest boy. Mm-hmm. And I had him at a baby. So
gotcha. Wow.
Yeah, it has its challenges. Sure. Some of the biggest challenges would be, you know, being self-employed, time. You know, how do you make time for everything, right? Mm-hmm. And you know, in 24 hours, that's a challenge.
That's all you got. Yeah. That's all you got.
I'm also glad that I also joined 2 organizations Freemasonry, as well as Phi Beta Sigma,
Okay.
because both of those mold you, right? And
okay.
they give me those perspectives and things, tools and stuff that I could use in my day to day, how to govern myself and stuff like that. So that helps tremendously.
Yeah. All right. So talk to me a little bit. Quick question. So in your house growing up, was mental health a conversation at all?
No, we never really talked about those things like that.
Yeah.
We kind of manage things, right?
Yeah.
Rather than actually having those conversations. But as you go through life, you start understanding that, things are not normal.
Sure.
And things that we've normalized to a point to where we kind of looked past it are things that need to be addressed. So,
Sure.
yeah.
Are there some things, and not to put your parents or anybody like that on blast, but I know that from my own life that there's some things that I remember, even just simple things like spankings, the way we discipline our kids, right? Now, don't get it twisted. I did not spare the rod on my own kids.
Right.
However, I try my best. I have not always been successful. Yeah. My grandkids are 11 and 8. So they felt the strap a time or two, but I think the more I learned, the more I've educated myself on, the origins of such and the damage that can be done, right? I have made a choice, right, to try my very hardest. I'm like looking up in the ceiling like I don't want to tell a lie here on this World Wide Web, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
the point is there some things from your own childhood that it worked out, right? But that you have seen, at least in your own parenting methodologies and stuff, that, you know what, I don't want to do that to my kids.
So I wouldn't say there were things that I didn't want to do to my kids, but it was more of the space of what I want to try different.
Okay.
Because I don't think it was wrong on how my parents raised me. It was just a different perspective.
Sure.
Because in their time, this is what they dealt with.
Okay.
And so I originally started with the same perspectives as my parents and realized that, okay, I have to adjust.
Sure.
Because we're in a different time, different space and everything, different kids. Raised totally different.
Yeah.
With the knowledge of what my parents gave me. So
you're building on those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So they gave me a foundation as some would say that it was a terrible one. Some would say that it was a good foundation. So you just use what you got. So I just reinforced it with more things and stuff like that.
Yeah, I actually really like that perspective because I can remember telling my mama in her whole face, like, when I had my kids, I ain't never gonna do that. Bruh, I done did all that.
Right.
I mean, literally every single thing. Even the phrases like, you're gonna end up picking your eyes up off the floor. You know what I'm saying? That was how my mama used to roll, like, boy, knock my teeth down my throat. Yeah. Like, I still, when my mama be wigging out on me, she called me LaShawn. She called me by my middle name. What? I do the same thing to my kids, right? And
Shut
it's
up,
like,
or I'm gonna give you something to cry about.
Listen, we ain't even gonna go there.
Right.
And it's so some of those things that I said I would never do, I certainly find myself doing it. I'm very much like my mother, like my grandmother, like my aunts, like grandmama before her, right? Yeah. But to your point, I've taken those things that I do believe that they instilled in me, right? It came from a really good place.
Absolutely.
And I've adapted those things for the times that we live in, for the experience of my own household, raising my own kids, how I feel. But I wouldn't throw any of that stuff away.
Right.
However, I grew up in the era, and I think we're pretty close in age, where what happens in our house stays in our house, and that's the law, right? We don't tell nobody what's popping off inside these walls, right? We just kind of sweep that stuff under the rug and we keep it moving. And it worked for somebody, but that's not something that works for me. I'm a psychotherapist, right? Gotcha. I find a lot of value in the therapy processes, mainly because in our culture, right? And I get it because, historically, there just have not been a lot of therapists that look like us who don't have an understanding of the particular things that we've gone through historically. So who was we gonna tell? Who was we gonna talk to, right? I don't want to go talk to somebody who has no understanding of my perspective, right? But what that's done, I think, over time, we're all walking around here carrying a lot of baggage that we had no place to to put, right?
Right.
And so in our household, like we really value having a non-judgmental, neutral soul that we can just kind of go and process with. What do you think about the use of mental health services as it relates to you as a father, impacting your kids, all of that kind of stuff?
Again, that's new space.
Okay, new space. Yeah.
I'm not opposed to bettering myself and my kids at all. Like with most things, if you're not accustomed to it,
sure,
you tend to kind of shy away from
Absolutely.
it. So it's more of a comfort thing. You know? Point that I was want to make before, I used to tell people this thing all the time that I had to start kind of incorporating it with myself, which is you have zero control of how you were raised.
Sure.
But you have 100% control of how you grow up.
Come on now.
So I had to learn that myself.
What about tambourine? So you just gonna be dropping these little tidbits on me. I ain't got nothing to play no drums and stuff.
Right. So I mean, most of the time I'm talking to myself when I'm talking to somebody else. So that's where, you know, trying to process things and work through things myself, as well as bouncing it off of people that I confide in and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that. I think we got to find those spaces. The thing that I love about you and the barbershop specifically, right? You know, when the Lord kind of gave me the vision for Smoke and Bloom specifically, I told you were one of the first people that I reached out to. Yours was one of the first names, and I had very little understanding of the why until the very first time that we sat down and had the conversation. One, I think we align in the type of ways that we want to impact community, the way we see community, the way we see collaboration and all those things. And so you were an early adopter of the vision that I believe that the Lord gave to me. And I love it because when he kind of told me, like, start at the barbershop has historically been a mental health space. Like, I went to beauty school, I owned a hair salon, baby. That's where all the stuff got worked out, right there in the chair. Has that been your experience also?
Definitely. It has definitely been that space. Whether we ask for it or not, it happens.
Yeah.
I definitely think that, unfortunately, we don't have other spaces.
Sure.
And we have to create those spaces because, and I was thinking about this a little while back. We were talking about the past as to how Black people had, you know, the church.
Yeah.
They had the, you know, you get your education from the church, you get your food from the church, you get your security from the church, you get all this stuff from the church. And now, where do we get that?
Yeah.
So for me, the barbershop, yes, back in the day, I used to always hear that they said, you don't talk about two things in the church. I mean, I'm sorry, the barbershop. That's politics and religion.
Facts.
Which is weird to me. And that's also part of why the name of my shop is Trendsetter, because I want to be different from the
come on now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we talk about everything. So, you know, one rule is just respect the next person's opinion.
Sure.
And then we'll meet at our truth. So.
Yeah, because we don't have to agree. I don't have to agree with everything you say to respect what you say.
But we can learn something.
But we can definitely learn something. I appreciate that. Do you find, has the barbershop been that space for you too?
Definitely. That's my comfort zone.
Yeah.
When I'm stressing and all that stuff with my kids and stuff, that's my space.
Yeah.
You know, and that's probably why I spend more time there, because it's more of my peace space, and that's helping others while I'm cutting their hair, talking and stuff like that. Talking about it helps a lot. You know, when you're able to confide in some of the customers.
See, I love that because I'm a psychotherapist. You really just plugged therapy right there, like having that safety to just be able to say what my truth is, right? Absolutely. Like, I'm not judging you. I'm just here to listen, really, to be an ear for you, right? Because sometimes, to your point about learning something, sometimes folks be saying stuff, you be like, did you hear yourself say that? Like, and just having somebody to kind of throw that back at you so you can hear it, you be like, oh man, I never thought about it like that before.
Absolutely. Or someone that you could call a friend when they're like, yeah, you're wrong.
Absolutely.
Yeah, or I wouldn't have did it like that. Or yeah, like I got you, but.
Yeah, for sure.
And that makes it all the better.
I tell my friends all the time, I'm like, when they come to me, be like, who you want? Because you know I'm a preacher. Right. Like, if you want Jesus, I got it.
Right.
But you want your homegirl. You want somebody who going to help you hide the body. Let me know which one of me do you want. Right? I'm still going to cycle you back around to Jesus, right? But I could be whatever you want me to be.
Absolutely.
Right? So as we're closing, there's so many things I could talk to you about, and we'll just have to do this one time and specifically talk about entrepreneurship and some of those, because I really value some of the conversations that we've had about what you want to do for the generation coming up behind you, right? And so that's something that's really important to me. I just believe that people should be lifting someone while they're being lifted. Like, who are you being mentored by, and who are you mentoring?
So I have a group of guys that they don't really hang together, but I pick from them all the time.
Sure.
I mean, you got Henry Kellogg, great guy.
Okay.
Dr. Ornette Gaines, Michael McGee.
I love that you name dropping out here.
Yeah.
I'm calling y'all.
These are important guys to me. You know, big parts in my life and stuff. You know, a lot of my Masonic brothers. Okay. That I look up to and kind of, you know, just pick things off of. A lot of it is not just a conversation. Sometimes it's just watching. And
sure. Yeah.
But then as far as the people that we're lifting up, as well as myself, I mean, kids. I love kids. I love the kids around my kids, because when my kids are stagnant or in a space where they're not moving, that's where your peers help you.
Absolutely.
So that's why a lot of programs that I do, the things that I do are catered toward the next generation. Yeah,
I love that. When I came to the barbershop for the first time and you showed me the library, I love that so much, because it's a space. Now, in my salon, it didn't have nothing in there for kids.
Right.
I had a strict rule: do not bring your children to the atmosphere. They cannot come up in here. But I love that, because they are the next generation, right? And who's going to teach them but us? And if we think about the climate that we're living in right now, and what's happening or what has happened with DEI, and, you know, all the books coming off the shelves and the rewriting of history and just all of those things, I think it is critically important that there's somebody, right? Somebody's that is really taking that mantle and really going forward with that. So I just applaud you for that.
Thank you.
It takes a special person to deal with little cheerings, right?
Yeah. So question to you.
What? I can't stand when the people on the couch be trying to turn this around. Who is the interviewer here?
It ain't for you per se, but for the audience.
Oh my word.
More so than anything. That question is simple. I mean, if not us, who?
Yeah. Yep.
Because we can't assume that somebody else is going to do the things that's necessary for us.
Yeah. So. I love that. I should end right there, but I'm gonna say this one thing. I like that you went there, because you are very familiar with my initiative, Smoke and Bloom, and my foundation, Everything Beautiful. And I just really asked myself that same thing. Like, the whole goal is to celebrate Black fathers. That is the primary goal, with the broader vision of supporting Black fathers who may have had, you know, justice challenges in the past. And I know that that was a part of your story also. But even just all of that, the question still lands: if not me, who? Right? And so that's a scary place to be too, right? Because people that you think should really care about the thing are kind of like, yeah, I think it's a great idea, but right? How do you, and we're gonna close after this, but how do you, or how have you managed somehow to push forward with some of the vision, the dreams that the Lord has put in your heart, wherein people have maybe given lip service to how excited and how supportive they are, they believe in it, but that's all it was, or the naysayers like, ugh, like, why you do that?
So I'm big on planting seeds.
Okay.
And I have a thing that I say to people, just perspective, right? And I tell them before, you're going to get it wrong, no question. But
yeah, you did me like that too.
If you don't plant the seed, what happens? Most people would say nothing, right? But in all actuality, weeds grow up. So if you don't want the weeds to grow up, then you got to be very intentional and actually plant something before the weeds grow up. And that makes that whole job easy because God said he'll feed the birds of the air. What would he do for those in his own image?
What would he do?
So for me, my job is simple, plant the seed.
Yeah.
Just constantly plant the seeds. 3 talents, 1 fell on rocks,
Come
1 fell
on.
on the thorns, 1 fell on good soil. So
I want to be
keep
good
planting,
soil.
right?
Yeah.
So that's my job.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I'm not going to hold you too much longer. Thank you so much. First of all, let me just say a really heartfelt thank you for believing in the vision that I share with you, and not just being somebody who said kind words about the vision, but somebody who really put not just your time and your energy, but you also put your financial resources behind it to help. Look, I'm going to start crying.
Don't do it.
To help that vision actually come to pass. And I'm really excited. We're sitting here in the space where we're actually going to host the gathering, the inaugural gathering for Smoke and Bloom. And you have been a foundational partner and collaborator and supporter. And I just want to say thank you.
Thank you.
Big thanks to Nick Jones, the owner of Trendsetter Barbershop and Salon. Thank you so much, Juan, for sharing your thoughts and perspectives on fatherhood, your your thoughts and your experience with mental health in the barbershop, and really for your support for what I'm doing. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
I'm honored. It's easy when you don't have to do all the work.
You show right. You know what to say. You know what to say.
Show up and show out.
Yeah. All right, y'all. We could stay here all day because I got so many questions. I'd love to talk to this industrious young man about, but we'll have to do that another time. I just want to say thank you guys for joining us today right here on the Turquoise Couch. We'll see you again next time.